Can't remember if I'm supposed to wait this out or let him maybe physical attacks. Luckily, he's so big. He's already stoned. Okay, I will read that as soon as I beat him, which is going to be very, very quickly. There we go. And then straight through this door. Okay, so I feel DMC3 is better overall package, and I agree that the lack of lusterness of DMC2 really adds a lot, but I had to really say one thing. I feel DMC3 does better than DMC4 is every main character in 3 was written well. Yeah, and Dante is a show stealer. Virgil, while not on par, is a great antagonist. Also true. Lady wasn't just another Trish, but wasn't dull like Kyrie, and Arkham / Jester really added as well. Oh yeah, I completely agree. Everyone was well fleshed out. In this one, it seems like Trish and Lady are kind of like they're like side Dantes, like baby versions of Dante, and then Dante, well, he's Dante, so he's still the same. And then but in a way I feel Devil May Cry 4 is Nero's game, and Dante is just like a supporting character. Well, he is a supporting character, but I think for Dante fans, DMC3 is going to be like the go-to, the gold standard, and I think that's the game for which every Devil May Cry should be compared to. But I see what you're getting at, and I agree on a lot of points, and I think it's just it's interesting that they decided to bring in a new character. Because Nero's he's kind of like the he's not a total scene stealer, but he's getting there. Like, he will be there If he gets there in Devil May Cry 5, then I think all the setup and like the story will pay off. Like Devil May Cry will be, I will have, you get your bang for your buck. Like all the setup will, introducing him, giving him the kind of the hints to his background and stuff. Like all of that will be okay. It'll make this game a little bit better. It's kind of an opposite going from 2 to 3. In my opinion. But I agree with you on a lot of things, Lozo. I know that there was a little bit of backtracking in this game. Not a ton. Well, at least it didn't feel... It honestly didn't feel like there was a... like it was a chore. It's nice to play as Dante. I will say that the evolved version of Dante is what also gives this game a little bit, not a leg up over 3, but has it in the ballpark. For me at least. Switching to all the styles is like, that's, oh man. That's kind of like a fever dream I was having while going through 3 in the back of my mind. I was like, if I could do everything at once. Well, not at once, but like if I had everything at my disposal, as opposed to limiting myself to one style. Trying to think, that's the one thing that this game has. Aside from Nero is fun, and I like him. His combat is fun. I think it's a little... I found it a little, I don't want to say weird, but it's slightly troublesome going from Nero to Dante. I wonder if it would have been different if I could have chose like to do the entire game as one or the other. Like if Dante had his own little campaign and it was just him, and you do that, and then Nero would have had his own little campaign and you do that, as opposed to them being conjoined. But then I'm also remembering, I think it was you, Lozo, that told me that this game only had half the development time it was supposed to. I think I remember. I want to say it was you. It could have been Tim Kara, but I remember someone had told me it was like it's supposed to have 2 years, but it came out in 1. So the fact that it got a lot right, with definitely being half. I don't want to say half baked, but kind of. It's definitely not a bad game. Half baked makes it sound like it didn't hit the mark for. I guess it came out this good for being rushed is another positive thing I think it has going for it. And I guess you can see kind of where the rushes came in. Like maybe if it wasn't rushed, there would be a full Dante campaign and a full Nero one. That probably could have alleviated the hopping between, but I don't know. And again, it wasn't that bad. It was just like get back to my bread and butter combos. It usually took me like 2 or 3 retries, and then I was back to proper form. But I think my hierarchy of Devil May Cry's from most favorite to least favorite would be 3, 4, 1, 2, and then we'll see what happens with 5, what gets dethroned, or where if that becomes the new head honcho. But I think for what they set out to accomplish in making another Devil May Cry game, they succeeded. They did a job well done. I don't know what the critical response that this game is. I'm under the impression that everyone 3 is like the savior, the second coming of Jesus, and then the rest are like right underneath that, like not far behind. I mean, it is cool that this has, even though it technically is a special edition. Although 3 also had a special edition as well, which makes me think, is 5 gonna have a special souped up edition down the line? Which I maybe hope it does, or I'm trying to think if this was in the realm of DLC, where, because I remember PS3 360 there wasn't a whole, like, DLC was just become like the standard thing. Like, for instance, when they would re-release Kingdom Hearts, they'd do like a final mix version. So like, you'd re-release the game and you'd have bonus content. It wouldn't be downloadable, although that was PS2, but it was the same kind of thing for PS3 360 for a long time. Just kind of like how the Game of the Year editions kind of sort of came to be. Pretty sure I'm supposed to come out. Come out, go out through the top hall. Oh, Wing Talisman, and then hit the chandelier. There we go. But I don't know. I really like 4. There's definite strong things about it, and there's some not terrible things, but things that are not as highly valued. But I think it's fun for the money I paid. I would have definitely paid $60 for this. I don't think I would have been disappointed. I think that's let's try to get that. Only because it's health. Yeah, I definitely think even non-special, probably standard, would have been good. Like how Dame Kara was saying, gave fans like a whole bunch of stuff to speculate on. But yeah, DMC4, great game, very solid. DMC1 is still good to this day. I had a fun time getting to that, and DMC2 is just okay. Not terrible, but just okay. No, superhero landing. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let me just get to the Let me get to the Mario Party room, and then I will read your comments. Ooh, okay. I think I want to get yellow. That'll take me to the very end. Okay, so let's see. But DMC4, I will not deny, adds such a massive improvement on smoothing out nearly everything DMC3's gameplay was. Nero feels unique in comparison to Dante, and like that, even though I do feel I want to play Dante a bit more, but Dante doesn't feel underplayed for the sake of Nero, which I'm so glad they did. There's a couple of minor issues, such as some moves in 3 would have been cool here. Definitely agree. One thing I do need to bring up, sadly, is the 1 year development. Okay, yeah, the one only had one. Only had one. The game only had in for 1 year, but at the very end, I will say that this is a decent step up from DMC3, but sadly not as tightly made as DMC3. Perfect. Yeah, I completely agree with what you said, Lozo. I'm 100% in tandem with you. It's like it's the natural evolution of Devil May Cry. It's like you said, it smooths everything over, and it gives you a little more. It's just not as tight. I'm trying to think of another word for that, but yeah, it's just not as tight. There's not a sense of, I guess, the 1 development time the 1 year development time you can kind of feel. There's just something about this game you can kind of feel. I think maybe that's you can that's maybe what I'm getting at when I said that I can remember the DMC3 like the levels a little bit more. I think that's why. Let's see, I want to get a 2. There we go. Okay. Just to make sure you read this, the only real problem I have with the games are I feel most of the main cast feels very dull, just like the priest is boring. Agnes is interesting, but gets put to the side, and the night guy, who was a cool boss fight, seems more important and never really does anything to make me care about him. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Credo, he's just Kyrie's brother, and that's about it. Let's see, where did I... Oh, it moved me to the next yellow. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can move 6. Okay. What'd I miss? Dim Kira, you're back. Nothing much. Me and Lozo discussing DMC4 and 3 and how we feel about it. I don't know if you completely stepped away, as in if you closed Twitch. Otherwise, it might still be there. If you scroll up, you can read. You might have to check the I don't remember there being chests. This is new. But oh, okay. That's how this works. I did close it. Oh, no problem, no problem. You're all good. Let me see. You might there we go. Yes, we shall bring you into this discussion. Give us your thoughts, Tim Kara. Also, Lozo can paste it. I was also going to say, if you check the video on demand at about I'd say 4 hours, 30 minutes, somewhere around there. What mission am I on? The mission where I get to this, that's when we started, maybe the mission before this, we started talking about our thoughts on Devil May Cry 4 and 3. So somewhere like 4 hours, 30 minutes, but again, that's... If you want to hear the discussion. Otherwise, I might... Actually, I don't know if I can clip things. I might need to be an affiliate. Twitch changed the rules, like, on the 10th of April. Literally, like, a week ago. I might upload this to YouTube or something. Maybe. I'll have to think. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, it seems Lozo's willing to repaste his thoughts. I'm wondering if I could maybe do the same. Cool. Let me see. Okay, cool. Well, I'll let you handle it, Lozo. If you need me to do it, I guess I also have the capabilities. And then let's see. DMC3 Godlike. Special place. Okay, cool. Well, it still holds up to this day as being a it's one of the, like, definite pillars of Devil May Cry. I think I say that for all of us. As my shoulder pops. There's just that was like the redemption. 2, 3, 4. Okay, do another 6. Ooh, did I get it? Felt kind of slow. Nope. Uh-oh. Can I just stand here? Oh, I can't. Alright. Good job, video game. And time to work on my cardio. Run the track. Run the track. Gotta do lots of exercise to look this good. Maintain my figure. Run the track. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll try to get 6. 2. Also feels like this dice is going quicker. Could just be me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 or better. I hope this doesn't put me all the way to the beginning. Really hope it doesn't. Okay, thank God. Not to fight this guy. I think his name was Agnes? I'm trying to remember all the characters' names. Oh, okay, that's how I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? He pretty much has a double jump. Wow, I can just loop that again and again. Ah. There we go. Oop, okay. See Bimcare's response. I think this is somewhere near the end of the mission. Then I will look at the chat. Man, this is like... Definitely gonna start probably DMC by Friday or Saturday if I keep up this pace. There we go. Alright. Also, hello, Clink Blank Boy. Thank you for joining us. You're watching me do my victory lap of DMC4. I just beat the game maybe like an hour ago. With Nero and Dante. I'm doing a Trish and Lady run because I was asked to on a previous stream. So. Well, we'll see how far I get. I'm committed to getting to Trish. I think I can probably do it in like another hour or so. Trying her out, seeing how it is.